Ever wondered how to make fresh apple juice at home? There's something incredibly appealing about the thought of sipping on homemade apple juice. Picture this: a glass of fresh, crisp and sweet juice made by you. No preservatives, no additives, just pure apple goodness. There's also something satisfying about the process. From selecting the perfect apples to hearing the whir of the juicer, it's a wholesome, healthy activity that results in a beverage you can truly feel good about. Now let's dive into the simple steps of making homemade apple juice. First, gather your tools and ingredients. For this homemade apple juice, you will need a few essential tools: a good quality juicer, a sharp knife, a sturdy cutting board, a strainer, and containers to hold your fresh juice. Now, let's move on to the star of the show: the apples. You'll need a good amount of apples depending on how much juice you want to make. Variety is the spice of life, and it's no different when it comes to apples. Mixing different types of apples will give your juice a unique and complex flavor. However, if you have a favorite type of apple, feel free to stick with that. Freshness is key, so make sure your apples are as fresh as possible. Optionally, you can also add a touch of sugar and a squeeze of lemon juice to enhance the flavor. With your tools and ingredients ready, you're all set to start juicing. The first step in the process is preparing your apples. The path to a refreshing glass of homemade apple juice begins with a thorough rinse. Washing the apples ensures any lingering dirt or pesticides are removed. We wouldn't want those in our juice, would we? Once they're sparkling clean, we'll cut the apples into quarters. This isn't a beauty contest, so don't worry about making the pieces identical. The aim here is to expose as much of the apple's flesh as possible to maximize juice yield. Next, we'll need to remove the cores. The seeds and hard parts of the core can add a bitter taste to our juice. Plus, they're not exactly easy on our juicer. So we'll grab a sharp knife and with a careful cut, remove the cores from our quartered apples. And there you have it. Beautifully prepared apples ready to be transformed into delicious juice. Once your apples are prepared, you're ready to start juicing. Now comes the exciting part: juicing the apples. This is where the magic happens, where those crisp apple quarters transform into a refreshing, nutritious drink. First, feed the apple quarters into your juicer. Make sure to do it slowly and gently to get the maximum juice out of each piece. You'll be amazed at how much juice you can get from just a few apples. Don't forget about the pulp, it's not waste. You can compost it for your garden, or even use it in baking. Apple pulp makes a great addition to muffins and bread, adding a sweet flavor and extra fiber. If you like your apple juice a bit sweeter, now is the time to add a little sugar. Just sprinkle it in as the juice flows out. And for a zingy touch, a squeeze of fresh lemon juice can add a refreshing twist. With the apples juiced, you're almost done. The final steps await, and they're just as simple and satisfying. To finish off, there's just one last step, and that's straining the juice to ensure it's smooth and pulp-free. It's simple, really. Just pour your freshly squeezed apple juice through a fine mesh strainer or cheesecloth, and voila! You've got yourself a glass of pure, unadulterated apple goodness. Now let's talk about the best ways to enjoy this delightful beverage. Some like it chilled, straight from the refrigerator, giving it a refreshing, crisp taste that's perfect for hot summer days. Others prefer it over ice, allowing the cubes to slowly melt into the juice for a gradually cool experience. And then there are those who enjoy it at room temperature, letting the natural sweetness of the apples shine through without any temperature alteration. Each method has its own charm, so it's all about personal preference. So go ahead, take a sip and let the natural sweet and tangy flavors dance on your tongue. And there you have it, your homemade apple juice is ready to be enjoyed. There's nothing quite like a glass of fresh homemade apple juice. From gathering your essentials, preparing your apples, to experiencing the satisfaction of juicing and enjoying your own creation, each step is a journey of flavor. Don't be afraid to experiment with different types of apples to create unique tastes. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more useful guides like this. Remember, the juicier your life, the sweeter it becomes. Until next time, happy juicing!